What I talked yesterday was about cross-sectors collaboration and how we try to deal not only by individual or personal, but how it's very important to collaborate with government, stakeholders, NGOs, even university and corporations. And this is how we try to change the world. We have so many issues all around the world. Poverty, hungers, waters, and everything. The shortage of waters. So in order to overcome this situation, we really need to work together and find how we could deliver our knowledge, sometimes with skills and technologies. So this is very important, the key element for the young generation who could really raise their voice, who had a vision, who really want to change the world in a better societies. I think that's sort of the scheme that we would like to share, to collaborate. And in order to accomplish that big themes, we really need to have an open space where everybody can join. For me, it's like a big salad bowl. You know the bowl of salad? I create this kind of the big platform in Japan. All the vegetables can join in. Carrot, which I don't like too much, but radish and everything like that. But also, if you want satisfied with this salad, you need a dressing. And that's something that all the principles that everybody, not only the Japanese, but some other nations, the people can get along with to get about common understanding. That is really important thing. And in my field, came from the business side, I use the 3 keywords. One is fairness and honesty and integrity. With those 3 words are the dressing for the salad. And then we mix up. And then we will see the outcome. If people satisfied with the salad, that's a goal. So that's what I tried to said yesterday's my presentation.
What do you think was the feedback that you received about your talk? What people thought about it, if you had any interesting conversation?
Oh yes, I did. Actually, they give a lot of positive feedback because I made a presentation. They didn't give me a negative perspective, but nevertheless, I think we have a chat and discussed after my presentation, and they really want to know how you try to establish, because of this platform. For me, it takes like 3-5 years. When I started 15 years ago, it was almost nothing, and nobody paid any attention. So I found out after 15 years of my experience, we have to be very patient to wait and see. If you want to be hurry, then you get lost with your pressure. You have to have a long distance of the view and wait for the chance. There is a time for everyone who can join and who had a chance and opportunities, who can succeed in this field. So I think when I talk with many students after the speech, they always tell me how much I own the money, how you establish this organization. But that also important thing is not only the money, but how you collaborate with the people. The relationship with a human being, I think it's much more important to develop the team. In my team of my organization, as a Caux Round Table in Japan, we have 6 people. Covered more than 40 corporations. We walked to the Tokyo Olympic Game in 2020. We can't develop this relationship by ourselves. Then we have to assemble all the consulting, auditing firms to have developing the team. And then the collaboration, I think, is the key. So that's why I mentioned that you should also need to develop the human capacity, how you make your friends all over the world. It's like connecting the dots. And I think if you really have a good friends, then I think you will start good platform as well. Yeah. Okay, so first question was,
General
impression. Okay. I stayed here for 3 days. And the beginning of the day, when I joined this conference, I was late. I didn't know what's going to happen. But I think I started to recognize that I found out that many young people, they're really eager to learn from our experience. And I started to think that I should be open, because that's the way how students can learn for the young generation. Because it's not my generation who can start changing the world. I am almost 50, so we need to give overhand to the young generation. And I found that many brilliant students and the young people who really wanted to do something for the future in order to overcome the social needs. And I have heard a lot of good examples and ideas, and that I think it's a key for these universities, that how you educate the people who can stand alone and start changing the world in a better society. So I really had a good impression, and they really wanted to know from our experience. So we will keep in touch for those who really wanted to know. So it's open through our website. You can just take it out and then do whatever you like. That's my sort of the ideas and impressions. And I think they really have a great chance and opportunities in the futures if they keep going on to study and have experience. I think I really found myself very impressive for this conference too. And many other universities, relatives, people, the age who are already past, not the young people, but also they really have this kind of the mutual learning, understanding process. The way you organize the session, I think this is a brilliant schemes. And after this conference, I'm leaving tomorrow. I also find out I have to change my mindset as well, that I always thought that it is very important for the companies or corporation that we always need to set up the dialogue with NGOs or some of the experts in this field of the human rights or environmental issue. Some people are experts in such and such a field. But I also find out through this conference, the social entrepreneur is much more attractive for the corporation side, who could really understood the real situation in the communities, and they really wanted to develop, and they might have known much better than with non-government organization or NPO, because they work together with the communities and they started run their small business. But I think this scheme also they have found for the essence of this issue, because they talk with the community people. So I will start thinking in a platform in Japan that we will just start collaborating, not NGO experts or some of the professors, but we will also like to include like a young generation, like a social entrepreneur who really wanted to join. So I will start making a salad board again, not only NGO or business people, but we would like to ask some of the Japanese colleagues who really want to join with the social entrepreneurship. Could be also give us a lot of opportunity to learn from their ideas. That's I have learned through those 3 days here in York, and I really appreciate it very much.